All right, guys, welcome back. We've got reaction video number 5. Reminder, this is all the footage that I have not seen before. I'm going to react to it, watch it kind of for the first time. But yes, I'm Morgan Stewart. This is Amanda Fama that's up on the screen. She is the MVP of our defense lessons that we do in Anaheim, California. Every single week, Monday through Thursday, we teach softball and baseball players, but mostly softball players, ages 8 all the way up to 17 in Anaheim. We're about 20 minutes from Disneyland. So if you are not near Anaheim or in Southern California, come check us out and take a vacation to Disneyland after.
What is the focus of drop steps? I know they're fun. Feel really cool drop stepping back, but what's the focus?
Talking a little bit about Amanda Fama. Amanda started working at defense lessons probably about almost 2 years ago, because that's when I totally revamped or rethought how I did my business. Amanda's in lessons every single day, just like how I used to be in there every single day, but I was every single role. I did my own scheduling, did my own coaching, and it used to be just me and maybe 1 or 2 other coaches. We've always done group lessons in this facility. But now I'm in there twice a week. And the reason being is I need a little bit more time to work on my business. If you are a coach that also does lessons, you kind of understand that there's more that goes into it than just showing up and doing the lesson, especially if you run a team. I'm now doing a different kind of work, especially doing these kind of YouTube videos, putting out free content, putting out our defense club platform content as well. But yeah, very thankful for Amanda. And what's cool about having her there every single week is these lessons aren't just happening with different kids. These are kids that are coming every single week, and I like coming twice a week and kind of flip-flopping my week so that I'm there Monday, Tuesday 1 week, I'm there Wednesday, Thursday the next week, so that I can see every kid. But Amanda is creating even more of that consistency with kids. So in the past, a lot of what I've seen in lessons, especially lessons from people that have most recently played, like they just graduated college or they were just on TV playing in the College World Series. The kids love working with those players because it's like, oh my God, you're so cool. You played the Olympics. You're so cool. You played for my favorite college team. But it turns into more of like, I got to work with this really cool person versus I feel really good about how much I grew. So the cool thing about having Amanda is she 100% knows what she's talking about. She's an Olympian. She played college softball. She has coached and currently does coach high school and some travel teams. She does her own lessons, and she's consistent coming every single week. And that's what makes this so cool is the kids feel comfortable. They feel confident. They feel like she cares. So a lot of rambling to say we value the idea that our coaches care about these kids over the fact that they are definitely cool to work with. There's always music blaring in the workshop.
Good, so for both of you, like Faith said, don't take your eyes off the ball, okay? So once you open up, don't look where you're running because then you have to find the ball again, and that's difficult. So as soon as Faith goes, keep your eye on that ball the whole time, okay? Don't look back.
Watching these lessons back, a lot of the drills are very repetitive. We try to keep some of the drills the same almost every session to promote that familiarity and confidence and just comfort to a certain extent. So I would say half of the time kids will recognize the drill, and the other half are like things that are going to make them think or make them pause or make them feel and adjust.
8 steps around the cone. Go. Good. Jump in there. Go. Good. Good. Try and stay as close.
So I'm going on that same theme. Half
You're gonna start.
is
What's your
comfort,
preset?
half is
Yes,
adjustments.
very good. There you go.
I would say
Go.
that theme stretches out to just like kind of
Good. Good job.
the business of lessons too, right? Half of lessons is very much the same, and the other half we try to revamp a different theme or something that we focus on.
Good. There you go. And drive that elbow up. Good. So no, you got it. And this is
So you guys probably know this, but this lesson was filmed months ago, right? I don't even know the actual month that we're reviewing here, but a theme from just this last week. It's a week in California where it was like in the 105-degree range, very, very hot. So while we're doing the same drills, while we've got the same schedule, our numbers are lower, we're getting a lot of cancellations, and it's just a different kind of focus that we've got. We probably are doing more mentality stations, slowing our stations down so we're not just killing kids, but other things that we're seeing just on the business side is parents will cancel the day of the lesson. And just kind of background information about how I run my business. We've got a 24-hour cancellation policy. And why do we have that? Because that's how professional businesses work. Everybody's got a different policy, right? But as far as what we need at lessons to run at like the base level is we have to staff. That staff has school obligations or other work obligations. So we've got to staff people. We've got to be able to give our wait list ample time to fill it. So we just have a 24-hour cancellation policy in place. And if they cancel on the same day, they can transfer that spot to somebody else, a teammate, a sibling, or they can reschedule. But they need to pay for that day, that spot. And for this week, it's been a little bit tough because a lot of people, even though we say multiple times, and hey, if you don't want to agree to this policy, if you don't understand why this needs to happen, you can stay on our wait list, but our regulars are committed to coming when they say they're going to come. We've got regulars that come every week. We've got regulars that come every other week. And we've got people on the wait list that are told, hey, here's when the openings are. So I guess to stop talking about my cancellation policy, the reason why I brought that up is it's a commitment. And in order for athletes to be successful in my lessons, then also I think in real life is to understand that commitment, honor it, respect it, and move on. And that doesn't just apply to the player, because a lot of times the player isn't in control of the ride situation or the parents' availability. The family has to be on board too. So that's kind of what we've been going through, I guess, in the current week. Life always happens, but if you are consistent with trying to do or stay on your path 80% of the time, you're going to get better. And so that, I believe, is part of the cool thing about lessons, is we try to hold that standard as well.
We can try to hit those checkpoints. Cool? All right, we're going back down here. We're not ready to stand or whatever, anywhere on the card. Or if you don't have room, there you go. Got like 100 billion cards here. Routine.
We're doing a mental station here, actually. Talked about doing a mental station for the 105 degrees.
T-I-N-E.
Hear a lot of surprising things from kids.
If you have a focal point, like each one of these things are tools, right? The first tool we talked about in our routine, focal point. Okay? For number one, write down focal point, and then you guys can, after I explain all these, you guys can go in and answer. So again, point of today and point of these classes is we're trying to put language around our feelings, language around the mental game, because a lot of times we don't understand what we're feeling or the tools that are in place or skills that we even need to work on this stuff, right? So by giving ourselves these checkpoints for what a routine is, what happens before the game, or before a pitch, after a pitch, we're able to actually work on those things. It's just like saying, okay, this part of my throw needs to be worked on, so when we isolate those different things, we can work on those things. Make sense? So, focal point.
This was extremely difficult.
Looking at your glove, yeah.
I'm going to not talk a lot right now because I'm going to have...
Fixing the dirt. Great.
I'm going to let this play. But this was really hard. Super loud music, talking about, like, your inside voice. Really tough.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's talk about or stretching. Yeah. Okay. So with our routine, again, this is pre-pitch, right? We're resetting. This, when we're pre-pitch, it's also after a pitch. So we could be processing failure, right? Something could have just happened. So again, each one of these things aren't just to get us ready to go. It's us also processing what just happened before. What do you got? I want to make the play. Okay. If the ball gets hit, I'm going to catch it. Love it.
I think about the next play, what I want to do if I have the ball, or like different scenarios, or like if there's nobody on base, I just think about what would I do if this is reloaded. I just think.
Okay, so situational talk. That's great.
My mind.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, your self-talk. Because we probably have more thoughts than we're aware of. That's probably our first thing about this session. And I was going through and like making notes, okay, what do I want to talk about this session? And it's like, there's just more stuff than you think because we have more thoughts than we think. Like in reality, we have thousands of thoughts that go through our head and not all of them are useful. Majority of them aren't. It's our brain just like spitting out things because our brain's like a machine. This machine can either help us accomplish things or hurt us. If we pay attention to those thoughts that help us, we're in the clear. But if we believe everything our brain tells us, it can hold us back from doing some really cool stuff. After we make an error, we call this failure recovery. This is probably one of the hardest things in sports in general, okay? After a strikeout, after we make an error. Right now, what would you say you naturally do? What would you say?
I practice my swing on the side.
Okay, so you strike out, immediately you go back and you're like practicing.
Oh no!
No?
I meant like when it strikes. Yeah. No, it's on the field.
Either one. So I'm just saying, after you make a mistake, after you fail. So if you're on defense, you're practicing your swing?
No. No. But you said strikeout.
Either one. So if you strike out, what?
I go in the dugout and I think about what I could have done better in the batter's box. Like what I could have
It's so mad. I'd be saying like cuss words at myself. Okay? Mentally in my head. Okay? And these are things that I didn't think mattered. I really didn't think. And some of the thoughts that I would have in my head were just like, of course I struck out. I've never been a good hitter. And do you know how hurtful that is for the next time you go up to bat? Those are the thoughts that, again, only hold you back from what you can be. That's the only thing that they do. And if you choose to believe that, right, there's a difference in, you can have those thoughts, and you can't like punish yourself for having them. They're just thoughts. They're just things. They're just the machine of your body just like whirring around, right? And just spitting out random stuff. But the mistake that I made is I started to believe it, because every strikeout, you're proving those thoughts right? Every strikeout. But on the good ones, instead of going, no, those thoughts were wrong, okay, I'm a great player. Wow, that was awesome. I'm so good. On the good ones, I'm like, oh, that was lucky, right? We make those a habit. So over and over again, that's the power of self-talk. Because then you start forming an identity where I'm not a great hitter. I just get lucky when I'm successful. All those are bad habits. Just like if you have bad throwing mechanics and over you're doing the wrong thing and not fixing it, what happens to your arm?
You can hurt it.
It gets hurt. We take ourselves out of the game. Just like bad self-talk, we go consistent with the player that we want to be. Okay? So no matter how we feel, we want to put, again, things like this in place, tools in place that will help us act like the player that we want to be. So one of the coolest things that I've ever done, this happened
Oh my gosh, it's a lot of talking.
A good teammate. And a good teammate doesn't just sit in the back and like let the game go by, right? If I was on defense, I would probably hit my glove, I would take my glove off and try to reset. And that on defense, I think it's kind of the hardest.
Okay, so I'm going to cut myself off here, but
coming to you on that pitch.
Yeah, this was tough. I remember after this I was exhausted, but it makes sense because I'm just talking away. Some of the things that you don't see in this video is all of the responses that the kids are giving, or some of the responses that the other coach are giving.
Like when I hit, like when I load, I breathe in, and then
Mackenzie, this is awesome. Breathe in the flowers, blow out the candles.
That's what my father told me.
I love that. Breathe in the flowers, blow out the candles.
I forgot what kind of flower it was, so I just wrote that.
Okay, so this is what I want you to think, because I didn't really explain that right. With your breath, breathing is just a human process. It lets our muscles actually relax. Also, when we're anxious or scared or sad or tired or mad, we sometimes tense up and forget to breathe, okay? And let our body reset and let our brain think. So, our breath should always be part of our routine. Whether it's part of our recovery, so like after the pitch, and we're looking at our focal point or clearing the ground, when do we get that breath? When do we reset? Oftentimes it's 2 big breaths. Once, when we're looking at our focal point, and again, right before we get into our set position on defense, or right before we get into our stance hitting. Okay, so look at that bullet point again. I want you to write down when you're breathing in your routine. Okay? Oh, first mentality session is completed. Again,
I mean, I'm tired all over again looking at this mentality session.
What do you got today?
Like able to believe in myself and like.
You're able to believe in yourself after 1 hour?
Yeah.
I mean, these mentality sessions were awesome. I think we had 2 total in the facility.
Mackenzie and like, I don't even know.
This one was one I led. Someone else might have led the other one, or it might have been myself. But the goal here
Be confident.
in just how we can break up regular lessons, what people need, and balancing out like what people will actually sign up for and maintain. We've got our regular defense lessons, which are like the bread and butter of our business. We've got our throwing lessons. That's something that people need. And mentality, definitely something that we need, but I didn't enjoy doing it in this setting. It felt like a lecture. It felt like doing it in a group was good for some kids, not good for other kids, and just the history of Defense Club. If you've been following me forever, back in 2018, I launched Defense Club to be the club for like my mentality teachings, because I've been posting, I've been trying to be vulnerable on social media. I've been talking about the mental and emotional side of sport for years. So when I launched Defense Club, it was essentially my way to branch out from infield defense and focus on inner defense. So yeah, that branding didn't work out well, and we had to go backtrack and go, actually, Defense Club is my online membership, which makes way more sense. Hey, join our club. We talk about infield. This is what I teach. Coaches, players, parents in the softball space. Come on. The mental stuff, like it always does, is taking a back seat, but I think in my case, for good reason, I wanted to rename it something that made sense to people, so I didn't have to tell the story every single week that somebody asked me where all my mentality stuff was. It is now called The Real Work, and there's going to be some really exciting updates with that very soon. While I'm explaining drills, because I know exactly what this sounds like, and I am already annoyed with the sound of my voice, so I wanted to talk about some of the new things I'm posting about last week, this week, and coming up in October and throughout the fall. So one-on-one coaching, I've been talking about this for, again, probably last month, is we've been building this for a few months now. I had the idea to set up my coaches that I believe in so much because they're able to connect. They use different language than me, but they've been trained in the same defensive foundation as I have. I've set up these coaches to train kids one-on-one and all online. So we're still doing our group lessons in Anaheim, but the one-on-one coaching is going to be video analysis, weekly check-ins, accountability, writing personalized workouts. It's going to be awesome. I got the idea from my nutrition coach, who has, parents watching this that have ever tried to learn more about their either losing weight, gaining muscle, basically how their body works. This is the first time I've ever done it, so I was just like entranced by the whole process. But I've been weighing myself every day. I've been counting my macros, pretty much been OCD about weighing my food and all that, and that's all great. When I looked at the process and saw how cool it was to actually be doing the work, actually understand what I'm putting in and what the output is, what my process was and what the result was, in my head I was like, geez, this is exactly what players need. And I don't know who's going to sign up. I don't know who's willing to put in the type of detail-oriented work, but those are the kids I want to work with. So we made it, and it's supposed to launch in October. We've got Amanda Fama is going to be taking clients. Sophia Reynoso, who was shortstop at Florida, used to do our throwing classes, but no longer can do it because of her real job doing physical therapy. She has all this knowledge, but now with this structure, she's able to take on one-on-one coaching, mentorship, position-specific clients. And we are just really excited about it. I'm hoping it goes well. Other announcement we've got is groundwork is going to be December 28th and 29th. That's a Saturday, Sunday. Between Christmas and New Year's, we always try to do our winter clinic. In between those times, it gives time for the college cool kids to be back, and that is going to be my staff along with my normal lesson workers. And it gives parents and kids the opportunity to sign up and not have to battle the tournaments and school and all the stuff. So hopefully you picked a good date. Defense Club members can sign up right now. The link was sent to our private Facebook group and to their email. So if you're watching this and you're a Defense Club member and you're like, I want the details, I want to know how much it is, I want to know what is going to happen, and you don't have the email, let me know. We will send you the link. And the link for the public registration is September 19th. So be on the lookout for that. I guess since you're still watching this video, we've got about less than 4 minutes left. I will tell you some of the details of groundwork. We've got a taco truck coming. We've got an ice cream truck coming. We've got barbecue. I cannot wait because we've had all these people before come, except for the ice cream. The ice cream is brand new and it's been really hot, so I just thought we're going to have to do ice cream. I've also got a very special new announcement and kind of a launch. I always do new things, so again, to people that have followed me forever, you're like, oh, something new, weird. But yeah, it's kind of big. And again, if you're still watching, I will just tell you, I'm writing a book. Or I've written a book. And groundwork, we will be separating in, it's 2 clinic days, Saturday and Sunday, like morning to mid-morning. And then Saturday, after that mid-morning session, we're going to have an ice cream guy there. We're going to have some speakers there to talk about their experience with mental toughness, injury, recovering from failure. We're going to do like a little mini mental circuit, and I'm going to launch my book. And I'm excited because it has everything to do with what I believe is most important in youth sports, and that is building life skills. So yeah, that has been my passion project. That is what Defense Club started as, and now it's called The Real Work. And the real work of sport, I think, is building the skills that you need to be confident, to be consistent, to be the person that you're on the road to becoming, and being the person that can figure it out, being the person that can lead your teammates, being the person who you'd want to be teammates with. So yeah, that is what the book is about. It's got a lot of my short stories in there, just random stories of how I learned what I learned. So yeah, I'm excited. Again, if you've made it to this point, you know a lot more about the book than I have released. So hopefully that's incentive for you to watch these YouTube videos all the way to the end so that you can know all the details. Maybe I'll read a little bit of the book in my next reaction video. These videos tend to get a little bit long. They tend to drag on because, one, I don't like listening to the sound of my own voice in the background, so I just mute myself. And 2, 30 minutes is a long time to be reviewing lessons.
Quick. Elbows up. Very good. Here we go.
All right, let's see what we're looking at. Circle footwork? Let's do it.
Good. Go. Quick. Nice job.
Quick.
Go. Nice job, guys. Go. Get your glove out. Okay, a little bit harder now. Go. Come on. Get there. Yeah. Go. Get there. A little bit firmer toss.
Working hard. Haley and Mackenzie.
Last 2. Go. Come on. Go. Quick. Good. Go. Hands out. Woo-hoo. Get your glove out. Let's go. Quick. Good
Defense
job.
lessons. You always know what to expect.
Nice job.
See you next time.